Read about the things that happen throughout the world. Don't believe in everything you see or hear. Read all about it. Read all about it. Listen well.
Hello and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Green. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Andy Osho and Russell Howard, and Andrew Maxwell, Hugh Dennis and Stuart Francis. We start as ever with our round called Headliners. Here's a picture of former Prime Minister Tony Blair recently, but what does BGBC stand for?
Is it Britain's greatest bullshitter celebrates?
Is it, in fact, Blair's guilt-free, blood-stained conscience? Is it...
That was a lovely laugh.
Is he just suggesting what he thinks the next stage in the world should be, the next thing that should happen? Is it bomb Germany, bomb China?
Is it? That would have been an amazing turn in the inquiry. If you just randomly picked countries and went, yeah, if I was still in power, oh yeah, you'd be gone.
Hey, gang, is it Blair? Great Britain's catastrophe. Oh, I'll go there.
Is it just a description of him? Is it like balder, greyer, besotted by cash?
Is it Blair given blue cordon? You see in the picture.
Oh, yeah, he has, yeah. It irritates me.
Is it, in fact, everything the British Army didn't have when we went to war? Bullets, guns, bombs, choppers.
Is it Bush's grinning bum chum?
Would somebody give me the answer?
Blair grilled by Chilcot.
Very good, well done, Andy. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Blair grilled by Chilcot. This is Tony Blair's much-anticipated appearance before the Chilcot inquiry to give his account of the run-up to the Iraq War. Blair spent 6 hours testifying in front of the panel and declared that he had no regrets about ousting Saddam Hussein. Is grill the right word?
Well, not really. It says a lot about the government inquiry that Fern Britain got more out of him than they did. It's unbelievable, though, isn't it? You know, you have a government inquiry trying to make him tell the truth about the war, and he didn't. And Fern Britain went, oh, come on. He went, yeah, all right, I done it. What we should do is get Alan Titchmarsh, just nice him. Come on, Pickle, did Saddam have the bombs? I did it, Alan, I did it.
The trouble was, wasn't it, basically, the trouble was that the only lawyer present, the only one trained in cross-examination, was the one who was, in fact, being interviewed.
Yes.
You know, they looked at the committee and they were so useless, they thought, should have got rid of the oldest one and just brought in Alicia Dixon instead.
They weren't trying to get the truth out of Blair. They were not trying to find out who lied. The whole point of the committee is to find out if any lessons can be learned about the invasion of Iraq. So it's going to be a very short report. Don't.
I think what's really difficult for us to swallow is that he appears to have been swayed by Bush. It's incredible because Bush wrote him letters. Imagine those letters. Dear Tony, here is a picture of a horse. and yet that's who you went with. That's the thing's incredible, you know?
Blair actually got heckled.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a bit harder for politicians because they can't deal with heckling in much the same way. Yeah. Blair couldn't very well turn round and go, going in was the right thing to do, as I said to your mum last night.
So the main claim, the main reason we went to war was this 45-minute claim. That's what swayed everyone.
Yeah.
And you know what has come out recently is that 45-minute claim. Do you know where the intelligence came from for that? It came from an Iraqi minicab driver. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Why would you take intelligence from an Iraqi minicab driver? It's on timing. Why would you take advice from a minicab driver on time? When will the missiles arrive? Well, 45 minutes. About then.
We're still waiting for the missiles. They're just coming around the corner now.
But when he was at university, he was actually part of a band which was called Ugly Rumours. And in fact, 30 years later, it was Ugly Rumours that led us to war. If only back at university the band had been called Leave It Lads, he's probably bluffing.
Why is Blair in the money at the moment?
He has a fragrance.
He does. He has a fragrance.
He has a fragrance out that is called Denial.
In other news, whose gagging order was overturned this week?
Oh, this is the story of the week. John Terry. And
it's John Terry.
But it's such a... There he is. Oh, excellent.
So sad.
That's his teammates spitting on him. You bastard.
This is the news that the High Court has overturned a super injunction preventing England captain Terry from being named in a sex scandal. Terry's alleged to have had an affair with an ex-girlfriend of former Chelsea teammate Wayne Bridge.
It's such a non-story, isn't it? Oh, footballers shagging around. Just like finding out, oh, the BNP don't like Dizzy Rascal. You know? It's such a non-story. And people go, oh, would you reckon the fans will forgive him? As if football fans care. All they do is sing. That's all football fans do. They're like an Asbo choir.
But yeah, John Terry's going to have to apologise to Capello as well for what he's done. But I think, well, why is he apologising to Capello? He's Italian. He's going to expect this behaviour. Really. Back in his country, he'd get made Prime Minister or something.
I did notice, though, that Man City players actually had a shirt on underneath which said Team Bridge.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wasn't quite sure what they were actually trying to say with that. Whether they were trying to show solidarity with Wayne Bridge or whether they were all trying to say, yes, we've shagged her as well.
I feel sorry for his parents. When his mom read the headlines in the paper she stole, she immediately... Yeah, thank you. She immediately phoned her husband on his mobile, the family mobile, not the one he uses for the drug deals, and said, "Where have we gone wrong with this one?"
There is, I mean, people wondering what the implications of this were. Obviously, Terry is both the captain of England and also the captain of Chelsea, who, as we know, are the FA cuckolders. Thank you. But he was going on about, you know, one of the reasons that the super injunction was overturned because it wasn't for the grounds of privacy, it's because of his sponsorship. Yeah. Terry doesn't actually get that many sponsorships. Yeah. People don't actually align themselves to John Terry anyway. There are no John Terry aftershaves because they'd be called the salty tears of John Terry or concussion by John Terry. Yes.
What's funny, people say, how could he cheat on his wife? And you go, well, the girl was a French underwear model, which are possibly like the three most erotic words to hear as a man. French underwear model. That's like saying to a dog, walkies, din-dins, belly rub.
Terry was described, wasn't he, as a serial womaniser, brawler and drinker. And you're thinking, surely then, he's perfect to represent England.
But there is, again, surely there's something wrong with the fact that the papers in this country, every time England is about to compete in a major tournament and has any chance, scupper it by trying to screw over the team. Surely that's the thing.
But maybe he'd actually be quite good as captain, wouldn't he? You know, still there. Because you know, that's the whole idea, isn't it? If you're captain, you're supposed to be able to bollock members of your team. Terry can still be captain. You make that mistake again, I'll shag your missus.
At the end of that round, the points go to Russell, Andy and Andy. Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the royal family.
Well, how are you doing? How are you doing? Well, what can I tell you? Well, the Democrats had a choice between a woman and a black man, and they went for the black man. Can you believe it? Well, I can't really believe that was the choice. Yes, well, how charming. Does anybody know who that was? Was that Judith Chalmers? Bloody dreadful woman. Oh, hello, darling. Eyebrows still black, I see. When they go white, well, then we're all in the shit. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
Oh, terribly sorry, I dropped my Oyster card. Anyway, can't wait, I've got to see the Queen, I think.
Hello, are you a giant?
Oh, God, I hate these things. Oh, God. So tedious. I'd much rather be doing something else, like shooting someone or... Oh, hang on. No, wait a minute. This is the guy I'm waiting for. I'm absolutely starving. I'll have 2 lamb sanders and a Peshawar. And hurry up about it.
Philip, please. Please, that is the President of India.
Yes, that's the restaurant we always go to.
These are the leaders of the free world. Please try not to say anything offensive.
Oh, I never do. What do you mean? Oh, my God, there are thousands of them. It's like bloody Dover. You can't come here. We haven't got any room. We're a tiny country. What are you thinking of? Go... Oh, hello. Are you Korean? Yes. I love your culture. Yes. Don't worry, I've locked up the corgis.
Well done, Hugh. Now, we play a round called Who Will Be the Sheriff of Mockingham? This game involves Andrew, Andy, Russell and Stuart, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here I go. The first topic, please. The first subject is nationality. Who wants to come in on that? Andrew Max.
Listen, your national identity starts where you grow up. I grew up in a place called Ireland. Thank you. It's a good place for comedy, people. Sometimes in Ireland, you don't even have to write jokes. It is just in the newspaper. Last year, an orangutan escaped from Dublin Zoo. And in the newspaper, and I quote, his zookeeper said, "We believe he was planning it for years." They reverse engineered his crime, and they found out over the last 15 years he'd been cultivating a tree to grow against the wall of his enclosure. What the hell kind of monkey Shawshank Redemption is that? Do you have any English people here? Welcome, English people. My son's English. That's how he talks. Hello, Dad. Do you want to trade Pokemon cards, Dad? Do you know how strangely baffling and oddly disappointing it is for an Irishman to have found out that he's accidentally made Englishmen? Seems to be set on Saxon.
Thank you very much, Andrew Maxwell. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is family. Who wants to come in on that?
OK.
Andy.
OK, so I grew up in a Nigerian household, and I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of strong discipline in a Nigerian household. I think the best example of Nigerian discipline I heard recently on the local bus. And there was a woman on the bus, I believe her name was Auntie, and she had a little daughter with her, and the daughter was about 4 or 5 years old. She was messing around, and she wanted her to stop. But this is what she said. Nigerians, you see, they take discipline too far. She wanted the girl to stop, so this is what she said. She said, "OK, do you want me to go to jail?" And the little girl, to be fair to her, she said, "Yes." But the woman's reply was brilliant. She said, "OK, so when we get home, I'm going to kill you. Then you will not have to see me again." The white people on the bus kind of looked like this section over here. They were kind of like, "That's funny, but we're going to report that shit." The black people on the bus were like, "Very good, that's it. That's why this country's going down the toilet, you see? You see?
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, that leaves Russell and Stuart. The next topic, please. OK, it's work. Who wants to come in on that? Away you go, Stuart.
I don't think I got the job at Microsoft. They haven't responded to my telegram. I used to be a mime. It's only now I can talk about it. I was a trapeze artist, but I was let go. I was a trampoline salesman, off and on. I made clown shoes, which was no small feat. I quit my job as a taxidermist for doing a half-assed job. Surprisingly, as an accountant, I was fired after only... half an hour. I quit my job at the helium gas factory. I refuse to be spoken to in that tone.
OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And it's shopping.
There's a lady at the back whooping there, just looking at a basket. My favourite place to go shopping, without doubt, though, I love budget shops like Aldi and Lidl. I love them. My mum gets so excited. 1p for beans! 1p for beans! There's a reason they're 1p. Have you ever seen inside? There's no tomato sauce. They're just swimming in their own tears. Help me! They're not supermarkets. They're shelters for abused food. Broken biscuits. I was in a hobnob war. Reformed ham. What's reformed ham? I will never commit a crime again. Manager special, manager special. You're telling me he's licking the trolleys?
Spin that round. The points go to Andy and Russell. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Andy, which category would you like?
Science, please.
OK, your category is science. The answer is 2035. What is the question?
Is it the number of Premiership footballers' kids who look like John Terry?
Is it, if global warming continues, when will all ginger people melt?
Is it in fact how many people at home are now petrified because that is in fact their PIN code?
Particularly because now my eyes are following them around the room. Yeah, there's nowhere you can go. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Yeah, looking at you. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, gotcha.
Is it when will Dara O'Brien succumb to my advances?
Is it? Is it the number of times that Madonna's tried to adopt me?
Is it the year that this episode of this TV show will stop being shown on Dave?
Yeah. No, it's going to go much longer than you.
Is it... When do experts think that Dappy from N-Dubs will be able to read? Have you seen it? Have you seen what he looks like? He looks like an Asbo Noddy.
Can we move it? No, I'm going to move it to a correct answer.
Is it in what year have the IPCC predicted that all the ice would disappear from the glaciers in the Himalayas?
That's exactly right. Well done,
Wow.
Pete. Thank you very much. The question I was looking for, by what year did the UN's climate science panel wrongly assert that the Himalayan glaciers would disappear? This is a story that the UN's climate panel, the IPCC, ignored warnings by leading scientists not to publish false claims that the Himalayan glaciers would melt by 2035. So this is a false claim that they made, which was a stupid thing to do. Where did they get their information?
You know what they based it on? They based it on a dissertation from a geography graduate. They based it on an article in the climbing magazine and a chat with an Iraqi taxi driver.
Essentially, yes. It was from a climbing... it was from a climbing magazine. Do you know what the climbing magazine was called?
Rocks.
Glacier climbing.
Climb rocks.
It's not climbing, you're not far off.
Eat my rocks, Yeti.
Is it just called climbing?
It was called climbing. Yeah, it was called climbing. Yes, it was an article in Climbing magazine and a geography student, which does make it seem like a 14-year-old learning off the names of rivers.
Excuse me, I was a geography student and I did a dissertation.
Did you do a dissertation? Did you get picked up by the UN at some stage?
No, I did a dissertation on this. I did it on the spatial distribution of elementary education in 19th century Wakefield. And it won...
Wow.
It won that year's award for the world's most tedious dissertation.
I've got a really tasteless joke about carbon emissions. Start the car. That's it.
I actually...
What surprising figure has entered the climate change debate?
It's Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
You see, he's an environmentalist, you see. All his suicide bombers are locally sourced.
It's so bizarre, though, isn't it? Finding out that Osama bin Laden cares about the planet. It's so difficult to get your head around. It's like finding out Boris Johnson's Northern.
He's also, because let's face it, most of the work he claims credit for is kind of airplane-based.
What he must have done after 9/11 is just planted trees.
He carbon offset 9/11.
Osama's released another 2 videos. He's putting out more stuff than Michael McIntyre, for God's sake. I saw his Hello Kabul, and it is awesome.
It was actually an audio tape, wasn't it, that he sent in, as opposed to a videotape, which he normally sends in. So it appears we haven't hit Osama bin Laden, but we have hit his video camera.
What did he claim, by the way, in a previous message?
That the Detroit bomber was the trouser bomber at Christmas Day, was a hero. He failed. All he did was scorch his nads. It makes you think, how bad are the other suicide bombers? They go, Osama, I have a plan. It's an ejector seat for a helicopter.
He actually did... apparently the guy, Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab...
Well done.
Thank you very much.
I thought there was a reason you were chanting that earlier.
Yes. No, that's not what I was chanting. Did you see me chanting? No one should have seen me chanting. That's unfortunate. That's my cover blow. But the Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab, it said, as a claim in the questioning, said, there will be 20 more like me, he said, which I think was meant to scare people who would have gone, no, 20 more like the guys in 9/11, we'd be scared of that. 20 more people who set fire to their own arse, that's all right. We can handle that.
Who said that again?
Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab.
Yeah, I love the fact that when people say his name, they just like... when newsreaders get his name right, it's like they want to high-five each other or something. Like, yes, look at me. But it's just a name. Like, when I was a little kid, I called up a radio station, right, to win tickets. And I got straight through to the radio DJ, right? So I told him my full African name, which is Yewande. It's 3 syllables. Anthony, that's 3 syllables. Stephanie. And he said to me, I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce it. I'm going to call you Joe. He didn't even try. He didn't even try. But the thing is, when I think back about this, right, I hope that there's an equivalent of this situation happening in Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? Like a little English kid is calling up a Nigerian station and going, oh, hello, I'm calling up for... OK, you're going to be on the air soon. What's your name? Charles. Cheese? Charles. Choose? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. I'm going to call you Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab. OK, you're on the air. You know what I mean?
That's a great point. That's exactly the reason why when I'm entering radio competitions that I don't use my African name either.
Right.
What did Tesco ban this week?
Tesco have banned pyjamas.
Sainsbury's.
This is basically what's happened. You know, some lady said she wanted to wear her pyjamas and got turned away.
She said brilliantly, though, well, she said, they don't realise how difficult it is. I've got 3 kids, I haven't even got time for a cup of tea, let alone getting all dolled up.
Dress code? Dress code? Are you kidding? Most of the customers at my Tesco don't even have a DNA code. I'm here all week.
One of the people who was turned away said, we was only popping in for a pack of fags. If we was doing a proper full shop, then we obviously would have gone in clothes. I mean, there is a kind of a thing that she would go, listen, it's only fact. And there's kind of a point. She did go on to say, I've got lovely pairs of pyjamas with bears and penguins on. I've worn my best ones today just so I look tidy. She's made an effort. No problem.
People slagging her off saying that, you know, she just got out of bed. But no, she put them on specifically. She wouldn't have worn her second-rate pyjamas. No, that would have just been a chavvy disgrace.
What I like about this story is that it has all the ingredients of a right old classic British carry-on movie ding-dong. And on top of it, the supermarket where it's actually happened is a part of Cardiff called St. Melons.
I hope this doesn't happen at my Tesco, because I sleep in the nude, ladies.
Why is it ironic that Tesco would complain about this?
Because they sell push-up bras for 6-year-olds?
No, that's not why it's ironic.
Martin Clunes. Martin Clunes has done an advert in which he's in pyjamas.
And he walks out of his house in pyjamas into a Tesco in pyjamas. Yes, and you go, you advertised this. You said it's okay. Oh, it's okay for Clunes to do it. All right, fine.
Sugar-geared funny man, Martin Clunes.
Yeah.
It's an advert. It's not real life. Meerkats don't wear a little waistcoat. Gorillas aren't really excited about drumming.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Andrew, Hugh and Stuart. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear in a fitness video.
Oi, we're going to Ross Kemp on leotards.
Now I'd like all you ladies to turn around, face away from me, bend over and touch your toes. Oh.
I'm Madonna. I'm a 50-year-old woman with the body of a 40-year-old man.
Hi, I'm Michael Owen. Welcome to my fit... Oh, no, it's gone again.
Welcome to Masturbate Yourself Thin. Remember, swap arms or you'll end up looking like a wonky Popeye.
Want to have the type of body to drive your friends' wives crazy? Hi, I'm John Terry.
Hi, today I'm on a Swiss ball. Uncomfortable, particularly for the Swiss man it belongs to.
Hey, wanna lose weight and gain a friend? Why not insert a tapeworm?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the living proof that you can exercise yourself straight.
Everybody wants a six-pack. I do, and I've already had 5 of them.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Cole. Welcome to my boxer-sized video. Now, for this first workout, you're going to need a Nigerian toilet attendant and a really good lawyer.
OK, go on. See if you can raise your leg as high as I can. I bet you can't, because I'm Heather Mills.
OK, the next topic is unlikely lines to hear in a Hollywood blockbuster.
Nemo, where the fuck have you been?
Look, Mr. Bond, do you want to hire the Ford Focus or not?
Mr. Vader, we are the child support agency.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Welcome to the Fox News Channel.
Warning, this film contains Jennifer Aniston.
Spider-Man, look out! It's rolled up newspaper man!
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, where do you want to go, Hans?
E.T. got bone.
I've worked out what to do with Goldfinger. What we do is we put him in a big envelope marked Cash My Gold.
What do you think of my Fathers for Justice costume, Robin?
Cracking heroin grommets.
Look, I'm just an ex-Prime Minister standing before an Iraq inquiry, asking them to love him.
Oi! 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 Hermione! Cocos Ingorgio!
So this mission is impossible. Let's not bother.
Andy Dufresne. When he walked into Shawshank, I knew he was fucked.
Revenge will be mine, Mr. Bond, when we meet in small claims court.
Use the Force, Luke! And if that doesn't work, turn it off and turn it back on again.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Russell, Andy and Andy. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Andy Parsons, Andy Osho and Russell Howard. Commiserations to Andrew Maxwell, Hugh Dennis and Stuart Francis. Thank you for watching. I'm Dar Green. Good night.
string vest and a pink silky G-string. You've got to see it to believe it. Rabsy Nesbitt is next. Then the comedy continues on BBC Two with Bellamy's People at 10.